Hello everyone. Now this is our fourth lecture and I hope that you have idea about the basics of C. Now we will go through inputs, output, printf, scanf, get character, put character, gets and puts. Input means to provide the program with some data to be used in the program, and output means to display data on screen or write the data to a printer or a file. C programming language provides many built-in functions to read any given input and to display data on screen when there is a need to output the result. So in this lecture, we will learn about such functions which can be used in our program to take input from user and to output the result on screen. All these built-in functions are present in C header files. We will also specify the name of header files in which a particular function is defined while discussing about it. Now, we have already discussed some of the basics of C program. You must be wondering what is the purpose of %d inside the scanf or printf functions. It is known as format string and this informs the scanf function what type of input to be expect in a printf. It is used to give a heads up to the compiler what type of output to expect. We can also limit the number of digits or characters that can be input or output by adding a number with the format string specifier like %1d or %3s. The first one means a single numeric digit and the second one means 3 characters. Hence, if you try to input 42 while scanf has the %1d, it means it will take only 4 as input. Same as the case for output. Format specifier can be defined as the operators which are used when association with printf function for printing the data that is referred by any object or any variable. When a value is stored in a particular variable, then you cannot print the value stored in the variable straightforwardly without using the format specifiers. You can retrieve the data that are stored in the variables and can print them onto the console screen by implementing these format specifier in a printf function. Format specifiers start with a % operator and followed by a special character for identifying the type of the data. See here, suppose our first format string is %d. So it will scan or it will print an integer as a signed decimal number. Similarly, %f, we already have gone through %d and %f, but here we are but here we will go through the theoretical aspects of the format string. So similarly, %c will be used to scan or print a character and %s is used to print or scan a string. So %u and %ld we have not yet used. We will see on some more programs, so you can have the idea about that. So I have given here the example of format string specifier, that is %1d. That means a single numeric digit, and the second one, that is %3s, means 3 characters. Okay. So now you can say that in C language, computer monitor, printer, etc. are output devices and are treated as files, and the same process is followed to write output to these devices as would have been followed to write the output to a file. Format specifier is used during input and output. It is a way to tell the compiler what type of data is in a variable during taking input using scanf or printing using printf. The format specifier in printf and scanf are mostly same, but there are some difference which we will see. So now we will go through the printf. The standard input output header file named as stadio.h contains the definition of the functions printf and scanf, which are used to display output on screen and to take input from user respectively. So printf is the function that prints the character on standard output and returns the number of character printed. The format is string starting with % and ends with a conversion character like E, I, F, D, etc. Between these both can be elements governing the printing format. Okay, so we can have the description like a minus sign tells left alignment, a number after % specifies the minimum field width to be printed if the characters are less than the size of width. The remaining space is filled with the space, and if it is greater than it, printed as it without truncation. A period or dot symbol separate field with the precision. Precision tells the maximum number of digits in integer, characters in string, and number of digits after decimal part in floating value. The %d format specifier is implemented for representing integer values. This is used with printf function for printing the integer values stored in the variable, as the first syntax said that printf %d, and after the %d there should be a variable name. Similarly, the %f format specifier is implemented for representing fractional values. See the second line on the syntax where I have written printf %f followed by a variable name. This is implemented within printf function for printing the fractional or floating value stored in the variable. Whenever you need to print any fractional or floating data, you have to use %f format specifier. Similarly, you can use the %c and %f format specifier for representing the characters and strings respectively. Printf function returns the number of characters printed by it, and scanf returns the number of characters read by it. Okay, so now we will go for the scanf. Now that we have mastered in the intricacies of printf, you should find scanf very easy. The scanf function works in much the same way as the printf. Okay, we can say that in C programming, printf is one of the main output function. You can say the function sends formatted output to the screen. So in the similar line, we can say that scanf, it has the general form like scanf. In bracket you can write control string followed by the variable names. Okay, so in this case the control string specifies how strings of characters usually typed on the keyboard should be converted into values and stored in the listed variables. However, there are a number of important differences as well as similarities between the scanf and printf. The most obvious is that scanf has to change the values stored in the parts of computer memory that is associated with parameters, or you can say that is associated with variable. Scanf function has to have the address of the variables rather than just their values. This means that simple variables have to be passed with the preceding AND. See here in syntax, we have given that scanf %d and there is a preceding and after that you can write the variable name. Okay, so in example it is shown that there is a. Since we have written control string as %d, so a should be integer and the variable name is a. In C programming, scanf is one of the commonly used function to take input from the user. The scanf function reads the formatted input from the standard input such as keyboards. So here we have used in example %d format specifier inside the scanf function to take integer input from the user. When the user enters an integer, it is stored in the variable that is named as a. Notice that we have used AND a inside the scanf. It is because AND a gets the address of a and the value entered by the user is stored in that address. Okay. Now the second difference is that the control string has some extra items to cope with the problem of reading data in. However, all the conversion specifier listed in connection with printf can be used with scanf. The rule is that scanf processes the control string from left to right and each time it reaches a specifier, it tries to interpret what has been typed as a value. If you input multiple values, then these are assumed to be separated by white spaces. That is spaces, new line or tabs. This means you can type, suppose if you type 3, 4, 5 in same line, or you can type 3, 4 line in 3 different lines. And it doesn't matter how many spaces are including between atoms. Okay. So for example, see here in scanf, I have written 2 times %d is %d without space and the two variables are defined here I and j. Okay. So it will read in 2 integer values I and j. The integer values can be typed on the same line or on different lines as long as there is at least one white space character between them. So there is one main problem with the scanf function which can make it unreliable in certain cases. The reason being is the scanf tends to ignore the white spaces, that is the spaces that is the space character, sorry. If you require your print if you require your input to contain spaces, this can cause a problem. Therefore, for string data input, the function getStr, we will see that getStr, that is str for string. So getString function may well be more reliable as it is records spaces in the input text and treats them as an ordinary character. Okay. Now we will see the simple example. So this is the simple example in which we have been asked for the enter the value and we have entered the value a, that is integer variable. So we have defined a variable that is named as a and displaying message on the screen or on the console window that will asking the user to input a value. Okay. So by printf we can ask the value to a user to input. And the next one is scanf. In scanf, format specifier is %d, and again the variable is a. So it will read the value entered by the user and displaying the number as output. So how does this program work? So all valid C programs must contain the main function. The code execution begins from the start of the main function. We have already seen that. The printf is a library function to send formatted output to the screen. Okay. Remember that the printf is a library function to send formatted output to the screen. The function prints the string inside the quotations. Okay. So here our string is please enter the value. So printf function will display the string please enter the value. Okay, so inside whatever you will put in the inside the quotation, you can see on the console window. To use printf in our program, we need to include stadio.h header file using the hash include stadio.h statement. Since this function is stored in this header file stadio.h, so we have to put that statement. Now we have put it here conio.h, but I have not given here somewhere getch, but we will see on the next program. Okay. And anyways, if you don't write void main, if you write main only, then the return 0 should be there in the last and inside the main function, and it is the exit status of the program return 0, but it's optional, so don't panic about it. Now we will see the getch. So getch is used to get a character from the console but does not echo to the screen, and it's a library is in conio.h header file. I had already told you. Getch reads a single character directly from the keyboard without echoing the screen. This function returns the character read from the keyboard. Okay. So here declare the variable ch as a character data type and then get a value through the getch, that is library function, and store it in the variable ch, and then print the value of variable ch. So during the program execution, a single character gets or read through the getch. The given value is not displayed on the screen, and the compiler does not wait for another character to be typed. And then the given character is printed through the printf function. Now see getch function. Already we have seen, sorry. See get character and put character functions. So get character function reads a character from the terminal and returns it as an integer. This function reads only single character at a time. You can use this method in a loop in case you want to read more than one character. Next one is the put character function that displays the character passed to it on the screen and returns the same character. This function too displays only a single character at a time. In case you want to display more than one character, use put character method in a loop. Okay. We will see the programs on get character and put character, so it will be cleared there also. Here I have given the simple program. See, when you compile this code, it will ask you to enter a value. Okay, enter a character or you can say that enter a value. When you will enter the value, it display the value you have entered. Okay, so this is the simple code. Now the next function is gets and puts function. So the gets function reads a line from the standard input, or you can say stdin, that is standard input, into the buffer pointed by str, that is string pointer, until either a terminating new line or end of file occurs. In simple language, it reads characters from the standard input and store them as a string. What I said again, what I said, in simple language, it reads characters from the standard input and stores them as a string. Okay. Similarly, the put function writes the string and trailing a new line to std out, that is standard output. That is, it prints characters from the standard output, just like printf statement. The details of the gates and puts will be discussed in third unit, so you will get all the idea about that. And whatever I have said, that it's str stands for string. This is the pointer to an array of characters where the string is stored. Ignore if you are not able to understand this now. We will see on the next third unit, so you will get the idea. Okay. Now we will see the basic difference between scanf and gets. So the main difference between these two functions is that scanf stops reading characters when it encounters a space, but gets read space as character too. Okay. For example, if you enter a name as KTHM space college using scanf, it will only read and store KTHM and will leave the part after space. But if you use gets function, then it will read completely as KTHM college. So this is the basic difference. So today we will stop here. In the next lecture, we will go through the control structure. So thank you so much.